The reason why we must plant new churches is actually quite simple. Unless we plant new churches, start new groups, then the amount of followers of Jesus will continue to decline. Many people, when they hear about starting new churches, will say, well, why start new churches? Aren't there enough of them? Or you're just stealing from other churches, and you don't need to do that. First, help the churches that are existing. But what has been found is that churches that are 15 years or older, most of the time, 90% of the people in their congregations will be people that are already Christians or come from other churches. Older churches have a lot more difficult time in reaching new people. Quite often this is because they get settled in their way. Now there are exceptions, but in general this is the way it works. Whereas new churches that are 15 years or younger, many times 60 to 80% of the people in their church are people that otherwise would not be going to church, would not be following Christ. Our church in Amsterdam, New Life West, at least 60% of the people there are new Christians, are people that would not be going to church if it were not for New Life West. Now, I've made up a little case scenario. This actually comes from Tim Keller's paper on why plant churches. Imagine that there's three cities, city A, B, and C, that all has 100 churches. In city A, there are no churches that are younger than 15 years. So what's going to happen is that the percentage of Christians is going to shrink, is going to diminish. This is a reality in Holland and in Europe, and a lot of this has to do because there have been no new church, or not enough new churches planted that can reach new people, and this will continue to take place unless that changes. In City B, there's 5 churches that are younger than 15 years, and there's also some other older churches that are effectively reaching new people. What's going to happen is that the percentage of Christians is going to remain the same. City C, there's 30 new churches that are younger than 15 years, and what's going to happen there is that the percentage of Christians is going to shoot up by 50% in one generation because there's more churches, new churches, that are reaching more new people. And this is why we must plant new churches, not just hold all our resources for ourselves, but be able to give and to reach out and find ways that we can reach people. And really, if we really think about it, churches are just like people. They're born and they die, unfortunately. So what do we do with people? We have children, we have babies. Every church should have lots of children if they want to see that the gospel can be shared to future generations. And this is another reason why we must plant new churches.